Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles review for you today. This is from the 5th season Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there was a 3-parter called Wanted, Bebop, and Rocksteady, where the Turtles from this show had to team up with the 87 Turtles. So this is 80s Leonardo. I don't know what particularly makes him 80s. I guess he's wearing a trench coat. We'll get into it. Taking a look here on the back, it kind of tells you a brief little synopsis. It says, Retro, Shredder, and Krang have transported themselves to modern-day New York, but before they can conquer the city, they need to find a new trusty henchman. Dimensions collide when today's Bebop and Rocksteady sign up for the job and put on their retro counterpart classic villain look to take down the Turtles. So, if you haven't seen the 3-parter, the 87 Shredder and Krang transport to the current show's dimension, and then they're looking for henchmen, and they find the Bebop and Rocksteady of the current show and dress them up like the 87 Bebop and Rocksteady. And it's pretty funny. It's a good episode. I definitely recommend checking it out. So I get these two. These two were on the show. It is the current versions dressed up like the 80s versions. So this, you know, per the show, makes total sense. I don't know what's going on with this guy. I saw it in the store and I was so perplexed I had to get it. I need to find out what's going on. So let's get him out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here he is out of the packaging, and it is literally just Leo in a trench coat. I'm not really sure how this makes him 80s. The only thing I can think of is in like the first 2 episodes of the original 87 Turtles. They all wore trench coats when they were out looking for you know, the Foot Clan when they first met April, and they were kind of getting first acclimated to the human world. So that's the only thing I can think of. He comes with a briefcase, which unfortunately does not open. I was kind of hoping it would open, but it's just a solid black briefcase piece. Again, I don't know why. Just to give him some other kind of accessory. It's kind of difficult to get into his hands, but it can be done, I think. There we go. So he's going to work. He's got very important business to take care of. Of course, he's got his katana. He does have the sheath or scabbard or whatever you'd like to call them on his back, so he can hold. And I'm assuming, yeah, this is just like with the Van Helsing or Monster Hunter version of Leo. You can just unpeg it. I have to say, this release really reminds me of that Monster Hunter version of Leo because he's got a coat. Now, this coat does not open, so you're kind of stuck with this thing. But the way the hands are kind of molded into the arms of the trench coat, or the coat in general, the hat connects exactly the same way to the back of the bandana, and the hat's pretty similar to that. It's obviously more of a fedora than the other one was a little bit different, but, you know, the swords connect the same way. So it really reminds me of the Monster Hunter Leo, and in my opinion, that one's better. But I mean, this is okay. Like, if you're just looking for a representation of Leo from like that first episode of the original cartoon, where they're just kind of like, you know, walking the streets in their disguise, then that's cool. You know, it's all right. And I understand they are just reusing like the current molds, but maybe I wouldn't call it 80s Leo, maybe like Leo in disguise or something. To me, this doesn't really say 80s Leo. Or maybe they could have just taken off like all the tape, because the 80s Turtles didn't have that. I would love if they had made new like 80s turtle molds in this style. Like, I know that would require making all new figures, but that would have been really cool. I would have looked for those, and I would have got those. Articulation-wise, pretty standard. Head's on a ball joint. I'm going to take the hat off. Head's on a ball joint. Normal shoulder joint, although it's kind of tight, but you can still move it all around. Wrist swivels, no elbow. I think it's typical leg joints, but again, because of the coat, like, you're not going to have him sit down, so you might as well not even worry about the hip articulation. He does have the normal knee, spin around, bend, nothing in the feet, 2 peg holes on the bottom. So, like I said, it's not a bad figure, and I think if they just said, like, you know, Leo in disguise, I would have been much happier with it. But the fact that they called it 80s Leo, I don't really get that. I don't really get how he's 80s Leo. And I wish the briefcase opened. It's kind of my only two complaints. Now, again, the name is not that important. It's a fun little figure, and if you want a representation of like a Ninja Turtle in disguise, you know, walking the streets without people noticing too much, this is the figure for you. But I think, you know, if you don't really care, this could be an easy pass, especially if you already have the Monster Hunter Leo, because like I said, it's very similar. It reminds me very much. I wish I had it handy, but I already put it away. Because like I said, it's kind of the same deal where the arms are the sleeves of the coat molded onto the arm. Then you have a big kind of soft rubbery plastic coat and a hat that's kind of similar as well. This guy just doesn't come with as many weapons. He comes with a briefcase that has really nothing going for it. I really wish, if that opened, I feel like that would have been a bigger deal. I remember in the original toy line, they did a series of the Turtles in different costumes, and Donatello had like a trench coat on, and he had this like human mask you could put on him, and he came with a briefcase that opened up, and you think he had like a little gun as well. It was a really neat figure, still one of my favorites. I used to love how you could have him like put the mask on so he could be in disguise and then take it off, and it was the turtle underneath. It was a really cool figure. But yeah, his briefcase opened, so that's kind of, when I first saw this, that's what I was expecting, and didn't get that. So, all in all, I think it's an okay figure. There's nothing wrong with it. I guess I just had expectations based on other things, and, you know, I was a little disappointed. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at this 80s Leo from the Tales of the TMNT line, and thank you for watching.